All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to Dealing with Up There. I'm Steve from Providence with TJ Hubbard, R.A. Minahan, and Tim in Canton. So a couple things. So tonight we're going to have on a guest, which I'm very excited about. I just talked to him, and hopefully it goes through. A couple quick things. I was going to save it for the end, but if you're listening right now, I might as well give the surprise. So next week I am going to be away. Kevin from Bristol is going to be hosting with these young men. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun for you guys.
Nice.
Dealing with cream up there.
I think
cream everywhere.
I think it's going to be a handful, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. The other thing before I want to get into the story, just so people have an idea of what I'm dealing with on a weekly basis when I call and ask for information on certain subjects. So, R.A., I did not call you this week, but I called these other two shitheads, and
appropriately named.
So I call up. I'll just tell TJ So I call up TJ to ask him a question. I think it was either Friday or something. I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" He says, "I can't really talk right now. I'm looking into becoming a minor." He wants
You want to be under 18?
Don't we all want to be under the age of 18 again? I mean, really?
Do tell, TJ. You look like you're in a mine shaft right now.
We're talking, yeah. But meaning, my brother and my friend that a few people met at Saco have been going up into the hills of Maine and mining for like gems, and then like
gems,
literally pulling out gems.
What kind of gems?
Like,
mining for cubic zirconia?
Tourmaline?
What?
Maine tourmaline?
Isn't that talcum powder?
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
You don't know what you're mining for?
They have to bring like a gallon of water with them, and they go on hikes. It looks like a pretty good time, like at least to get exercise.
All right. So
I mean, I like to get my rocks off.
So TJ's gonna be
good pun.
So TJ's gonna be a fucking miner.
Be a miner.
And then about a half an hour before that, I call up Tim and I was like, "Hey, I gotta ask you a question." He goes, "I would love to talk to you right now, but I'm on hold with an Australian radio station trying to prank call them." I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Should have come to me. That's all I'll say.
We all have our priorities and our passions, right?
Jesus Christ.
From down under.
Right,
By the way, I got on.
Awesome. All right, so we are going to have on a guest tonight. And it's my favorite. Basically, this story, every time I've told the story, people, I think they look at me kind of side-eyes like it didn't happen or something. It seems like it would be something a little bit more common now with camera phones and just like social media and just people being, I don't know, maybe a little bit more daring than we were back then. But so basically something happened when I was in the Marine Corps, when I was brand new to the Marine Corps. So I went into boot camp in 1996, followed by the School of Infantry and Marine Security Forces school. So you're in school for about 6 months. You get out of school and you get sent to your first duty station. When you go to your first duty station, you are considered, they use this derogatory term, it's called a boot. You are basically lower, there's nothing beneath you on the fucking planet. You are lower than life. So you basically called for all the bitch duty. You have to wake up before everyone else, pick up everyone else's cigarette butts, clean the catwalks. Like you have to do you have to rake the sand so it looks pretty if the officers walk by. Like you have to do all the trash work. Now, I was at my first duty station for no more than 2 weeks when everything happened tonight. And I was with my buddy Fred. And when you're there, for the first month that you're there, when it's the weekend, it's called Liberty. We had to study. We had to study our basic general knowledge of the base. Rules of engagement, just basic alarm codes for different things. Like we had to study a whole bunch of stuff because when it became your turn in the rotation to go guard something or to do something, if your knowledge wasn't up to par, either your squad leader, your fire team leader would get in a lot of trouble. They would wear you out in the sand pits. Like it was just a kind of a pain in the ass. But we're gonna try and call this guy right now. Justin, are you there? Because we're gonna give this guy a call. This is the one of the gentlemen that was in the room. Oh boy, is
this a Verdugo situation?
This is awesome.
Say this is bad news written all over it.
Stephen Murphy.
All right,
I thought last week was risky.
Yeah,
right.
Where's Cedar when you need him? I love him to sign this conversation.
Oh, please pick up. I'm
Way
gonna
to go,
tell
Steve.
I'm gonna tell the story anyway. This would happen just after Mendes' thing.
Your call has been
Awesome.
forwarded
All right,
to an
hang on.
automated.
Oof.
Yeah,
All right,
he probably got
all right,
had to
so
go.
here's the freaking story.
Good
So
call.
when you are brand new, like I said, you have to listen to, regardless of rank, even if you might be one rank higher than somebody else, unless it's a special circumstance, you have to basically listen to everyone else's orders because they've been there longer, they have more experience. So my friend Fred and I were coming down from this little area that they had for us where they had vending machines set up, and we were studying late into the night, and we were going back to our rooms. We had picked up a sandwich and maybe something to drink, and all of a sudden we walk by this one room, and the door opens up, and it's these two fucking humongous men, Joe and Brian. Now they would that's their names. I'm not going to give their last names, but they told us both to come inside the room. Now I walk inside the room, and there is quite possibly the ugliest woman that any man has laid eyes on in there. And I was like, we were brand new. So now you got to keep in mind, 6 months before that, I was in math class, and like my parents are sending me off to the Marines. Think I'm going to be like just this great defender of the free world. So
Douglas MacArthur.
I walk inside the room, and they said, "You two boots are gonna help us out with something." I was like, "All right." So now keep in mind, I have my tuna fish sandwich in a fucking wrapper that I got out of vending machine and a fucking milk. And they hand me a camera. They give me a video camera, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh boy.
And my buddy Fred, they gave a regular fucking lamp, like a fucking lamp, and they popped the top off of it. What is that called? The lampshade. They popped the shade off.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, what are we doing?" They would just shut up and tape when I tell you to tape. And so the guy we were just gonna have on puts on this fucking music. It was the Mortal Kombat fucking soundtrack. And all of a sudden,
Mortal Kombat.
So I am taping, and all of a sudden they're talking for a second, and they start taking off their fucking clothes. And
I have so many questions right now.
When
can we ask questions at the end?
I was like,
"Oh no!"
I go, "What is going on? What is going on?" Now, keep in mind, and I can't stress this enough. When you are a new Marine, you are fucking like you're petrified. You don't know where you are really. I was only on the base for a couple weeks. I thought that I was gonna just go study, and the next thing you know, I'm handed a camera, and I'm fucking told to sit there and just film everything. So they're talking back and forth. They're like, you're a little nervous. And he's like, "Shut up, bitch. I'm not fucking nervous." Like, it was just fucking bad. They were both. So my buddy that was doing the fucking looked kind of like Uncle Fester. Like, he looked like a big.
Oh,
he was about 6'4", 250. They were all jacked. The guy we were just going to have on was about 6'4", jacked. They were just fucking monsters. And like, I was just this little kid. Like, I just got out of boot camp. I was this little fucking scrawny kid. So was my friend. So they get naked, and they start fucking, and I'm just sitting there in the corner. I don't know what to do. So the fucking guy that's controlling the music is directing. He's like, "Get over there,
Steve."
He's
Right
like, move around with the camera, get some angles. And the only porn that I've ever watched in my life was my parents had a little black box to get all the stations.
Oh yeah, to steal cable, yeah.
Yeah, so I used to get it was called the Spice Network, but the Spice Network. The Spice Network never showed like the genitals; it would only show tits.
Yeah.
So I didn't know anything about angles. So this is going on for like fucking
learn fast,
like 5 minutes. I'm going around getting some good shots. He's following me around with the lamp, and so the guy that's fucking says to me, he goes, Get in there, get a good action shot." I was like, what do you want me to do? And he's got her on her back, and I took the camera and put it right underneath his asshole so he could.
The action, like the ball shot.
Now that's called a POV. Point of view.
Be careful of friendly fire when you're down there.
No kidding.
I was like, "Am I doing this right?" They're like, "Yes, you're doing a good job." And so they're talking back and forth to each other. Now this is going on. Now I can't stress enough how ugly this woman was. So it's going on for about a half an hour, 45 minutes. And at that point in time, it was either his ass or her gash. There was a smell going into that fucking room. That to this
Maybe a
day,
little of both,
Sandwich
or a
filled
lot of both.
I
Shove
cannot.
that tuna in your hand.
I
Shove that tuna right in her fucking.
Oh
To the-
my
Where
god.
was your sandwich?
and I was eating it. I was eating my sandwich. That's why I wanted to have.
That's the most disgusting part of
Oh
this
my
whole story.
God. Just hanging out your mouth.
So
Ugh.
the thing is, like to this day, whenever I eat any time I have a tuna fish sandwich, I think about this and it fucking turns my stomach. So this girl,
Rightly so.
so now this is going on. I was in this room holding this camera so long that my arm was starting to hurt from like just fucking holding it up there. So the guy that's doing the music is like, listen, someone better finish up over here because this is going on too long.
Don't say you were a fluffer.
Listen, so he goes, I'll never forget the words. He goes, this soundtrack's almost over. So the lights were down.
Gotta hurry up.
So he says, I'll never, he says, all right, cut. So I was like, cut. like I'm Scorsese or something like that, right?
Quentin
So-
Tarantino.
So
Runs
they
to the
both-
camera looks like a glazed donut. You gotta cut.
Yeah.
So they go, the two guys, the older guys, they go in the bathroom for a second. And I was like, maybe he's giving a pep talk or something. So I'm sitting there and they say, all right, keep the camera on and talk to her. And she's sitting there. It was so fucking bad. Like she's sitting there rubbing herself and she goes, do you want any of this? And I was like, not
There
even
it
a
is.
little, not even a little bit.
You're eating a tuna sandwich. You're like, I don't think you. What's going
I
on?
was,
Let's tuna
No,
sandwich.
no, thank you.
So wait, is she a Marine too?
no, she was what they would call if you were a truck driver, she's what they call a lot lizard. She used to go to the
Front of the road.
she used to go to the different enlisted clubs. That's where we met her at, which I just found out tonight. They met her at an enlisted club and they brought her back. I guess this was all her fucking idea. This was all her fucking idea. And something tells me, but this is not her first experience doing this. But I can't.
You want this?
So now keep in mind, this is 1997. And girls haven't started shaving their pubes yet, so there's a massive fucking bush just filled
Get the
with
weed whacker.
whatever. And so I'm just sitting there tapering, not aroused at all. Just want to go back to my room and go to bed now. And they come out. They said, "All right, we're gonna fix this right now." So she lays down on her back, gets in her missionary, and he puts a Playboy over her face. Fucking,
No.
it was one of those. I swear to God. I swear to Christ.
That ugly.
Oh my God.
Justin, can you try calling that number one more time, Justin? Please, if you're listening. So he puts it was
And that
the,
guy went on to
listen, he's
become
beating off.
President Bill Clinton.
so that
Yeah.
the magazine was
You mean
you know,
that girl?
when they have the college issue, when they used to have the different college issues. I'll never forget it.
Oh, yeah.
I borrowed it.
Yeah.
And he's putting it over there, and they are talking shit to each other. She's laying down. She's going, "You are so fucking ugly." He's going, "Do you ever brush your teeth?" Because
How do you stay hard in a situation like that?
Yeah,
Hold on.
and this
Little blue
was all
pills.
her idea.
this was all her idea.
Like,
Come on. I hope to God he picks up. This is the funniest fucking. Here he is,
Hello.
Joe.
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up?
I'm getting back from the call.
All right, so listen, I am knee deep into this story right now. We are at the point where you called cut, and that you guys went to the bathroom to get something. Do you remember what you got out of the bathroom in order to make this process go a little smoother?
Man, I can hardly hear you. I'm in the engine.
All right.
Let's see. All right,
So-
so you're saying when I walked in and Green's railing this broad on the floor, right?
yeah.
Well, kinda, but
Yep.
I don't know if you can hear me. Do
You
you?
already got past that part where
No.
when you was railing her on the floor.
Oh, she was fucking her.
No. So, do you remember? So we already went past that. Do you remember when it was going along for 45 minutes and no one could finish up? Do you remember what you guys went and got out of the bathroom?
Yeah. The dude went and got a nudie mag and put on her back because he said she was too ugly to fucking come to, and that her pussy sucked so bad he needed some help.
But does Joe know this is a Bible talk group?
Yeah, this is the Christian Talk
Yeah,
Network.
this is a church show.
Yeah. Church pod.
Amen.
Amen.
Listen, so
Yeah.
the only difference in the story that you and I have is that you say you weren't in the room when it started off. I say you're the one that grabbed me and threw me in the room and told me that since I was a boot that I had to do this and to shut the fuck up.
Nah, man, I told you I was walking up. You and
The other
that
one.
other dude was already in the room, and there was like 20 dudes watching outside the window, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys looking at? They're like, he's in there railing this pig. No. So when I walked in, you were filming the shit, and I was like, oh my God. And this chick, she's rotund. So, yeah, so he's railing her. I was like, dude, what are you thinking? And he's like, oh, you want some of that? No. I'm good.
It's a give up.
But yeah, it smelled so bad, dude. It was like, I can't even describe it. It was rancid.
Joe, did you watch the movie yourself?
I did. I actually watched after. The guy was producing the movie. He's a porn producer. So
Yeah. What'd you think of Steve's work? Did he get some good
How's
angles?
the cinematography?
The work, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Would you not say it was pretty good?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it came out,
It was
for being
tasteful.
back
All right.
that long ago. It was pretty impressive.
All right,
Pretty impressive.
so now here's the thing. The we're getting to so after he put the porno mag on her fucking face, he was finally able to blow his load, and then so now I was under the influence when I left that room as a boot. You remember I was a boot. I was brand fucking new.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
he
was
a boot.
I was under the influence that no one would ever see that again. The next thing I know, this thing's getting passed around to all the barracks rooms. And the problem with it was that if you remember, above the sinks, they had this big picture. They had the big glass, the mirror above it. And when I turned around, my face and Fred's face got caught on that fucking camera. So I got
your face was on there because of the mirror over the sink?
Yes. Right.
That's classic.
So
That's classic.
I got called in the staff sergeant's office, and he wanted to know what the fuck was going on. And I didn't lie. I told the truth. Now I got my comeuppance, but when I was leaving, the best part of the whole story is so I'm leaving his office.
When you told her to touch herself, did you get past that?
I'm already,
I'm throwing you under the bus. You didn't tell that part. That's all right. Go ahead.
So across the street from where our barracks were was the medical building. So you could see it from, we were on the second deck, so you could see the medical building, and there was this big man walking back, and he was walking back from the medical building like he had a shit in his drawers, like he was kind of like spread his leg hobbling across. And I was like, what the hell happened to you? And he goes, the fucking bitch gave me the clap.
Oh no!
God, it's teased there. Unbelievable.
Oh no!
He got the metal Q-tip.
Because the
Ouch.
day before he told me he was pissing razor blades, and we were supposed to go on a long run in the morning, and I was a squad leader. I'm like, hey man, what's the deal? And so he had to go to medical and get his board punched because he was tapping his bareback.
So for anyone that doesn't know what a bore punching is, that's basically they get this metal rod and it has like a Q-tip at the end of it. And they put this gel.
Q-tip.
They put this gel on it and they stick it up your dick hole and they punch it like they're fucking cleaning out a barrel of a gun.
Yeah,
that's how they do it. It's how it fucking works.
Cystoscopy.
Now, Joe, you'll be surprised. So when I went to Okinawa in 1999. There was people asking me about that tape. That's a God's honest truth. There was people asking me about that tape because that tape had got more views than anything on YouTube. That tape made the fucking rounds, baby. And there was people that fucking were asking me about that. That was a great.
It was awesome. I wish I could get a copy of it. Last time I asked him if he still had it,
where's the copy of it?
He told me that he had to throw it away because his wife found it. But he didn't watch
Oh no! No!
Straight up.
I'm trying to describe to these people how ugly this woman was.
What do you mean, you people? Trying to describe these people? Nah, I'm just joking.
She was fucking bad. She was hideous. She was a hideous woman.
She looked like a cross between Rosie
she was at
O'Donnell and
least
Chris Farley.
250, 280, ugly as shit.
280?
Yeah, but I mean, you know,
280?
yeah, the personality.
The USS George Washington?
The bad thing was she
The
was a bitch.
warship.
Thought she was
I know.
Did you tell them how they both?
Sure,
thought
she
each
wasn't
other
in
was
dry
ugly?
dock.
Oh yeah, so they both so the whole time
280.
they were both talking to each other. They both thought they were hideous. Each other was insulting themselves worse than the other one because of how, like I said, fucking Brian looked like fucking Uncle Fester, and she was just like she had longer facial hair than what was allowed in the Marine Corps. Like she had fucking facial hair. It was just fucking bad. It was fucking rough. But before we get now, listen, man, I appreciate you coming on and verifying this story because this is
legitimate. This is a no bullshit, real ass bad shit happened that night. But he is a true porn producer. It is real. If I could find a way to get a copy of it, I'll send it to you. He told me that he doesn't have it, but I bet he still does because he's proud of that shit.
Now,
we need to see that.
Send it to you.
Now,
I'll send you guys a copy. You'll laugh your ass off.
Now, do you, real quick before you get out of here, do you remember? So, the way it used to work in the Marine Corps is every week there's guys that are leaving one unit and they're deploying to another unit. So, when it was you and Brian's turn to get out of there, we were having a meeting. There was about 50 or 60 Marines inside the classroom. I don't know if you remember this. You're going to remember it quick when I start telling. And so these two got up. It was their last day at this unit, and they were going to, I think, Camp Lejeune. Is that right? Were you going to Camp Lejeune?
No, I went to 29 Palms.
Okay, so you went to 29 Palms. And so they get up, and they're like, listen, it's been a pleasure serving with you. And this is what they used to do in the old days. They'd be like, if any of you motherfuckers got a problem with me or him, we can go outside right now if anyone's got a problem. Now, the officers are standing right there, the staff sergeants and the sergeants. Now, they were all bitches. They were all bitches. But who's the only one that fucking had a problem?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lambert.
Me. Yeah, no, me. I'm the one
you?
that. So what happened was,
bitch, you didn't want none of this. You didn't want none.
So we go outside. Now, everyone's circling the fucking catwalks, and it's now these two fucking enormous men, enormous, and I'm about 190 pounds, and I didn't have a chance unless I separated them. So they fucking. And the thing is, the only thing you couldn't do was knee to the face. That's the only thing that they would not allow. So I kind of bit off more than I could chew. But what I did was I said, you guys should probably take off your watches. You guys should probably take off your watch. So they both turned their back. And when they turned their back, I fucking tackled one of them and I started punching him. And then it lasted about 10 seconds. Then I literally got the worst beat of my fucking life. But that's how it was. And it was, that's how you say.
That was the good old days. You can't do that shit no more.
No, you can't do anything anymore. And I got a beating that day, but it was a lot of fun. But hey, listen, buddy, get back to work. Thank you very much for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me. If you guys want to hear some more shit about that, do let me know. Cause, I got some shit on that.
DMs are open. We'll be in touch. All right.
Yeah.
You got some work to do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We need to find this guy.
Gotta find this guy. Gotta find this tape.
All right, take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
So, Steve, wait, I get a quick question.
Go ahead.
So you had a beef with those two guys? Was it about the film?
No, what happened was, so basically in the way that it was in the Marine Corps, they would always, in the past, it wasn't done much more. If you had a problem or something, if you wanted to say goodbye to someone, you get in a fight with them. And that's what they used to do. They used to beat the shit out of each other. That was the way it was. And I don't know.
Oh, that was your send off. Okay.
Right. I don't know why I would fucking step up to this. These were legitimately men. I was a fucking child. They were the part that I didn't say. So they were older than me. They were probably like 5 years older than me at the time. The both of them. They both
still are, you know.
They were both graduated. Yeah, they are. They both graduated college. They were doing that, and they both transferred to be officers, which you have to be. You have to have a college degree for. So they both went on to be officers. But we walked outside, and I just said, "What the fuck did I just do?" And I figured someone else would have a problem too to help me out. It was just me. So he turned around and took off his watch, and I tackled him from behind. I got in as many shots as I can. And the next thing I know, I was just fucking on the ground getting my ass kicked. But and I was in the room for like 3 days afterwards. And I figured the officers would stop it after maybe like 5 seconds, so I could just hold on for dear life. They fucking turned around and walked away. They fucking left me to die. So it wasn't a swell idea. It wasn't a swell idea.
It sounds like you sucker punched him.
I did.
So-
So maybe you deserve to get walked away on.
I did.
So back to the production of Corporal Cock. Stoneman. So one camera shoot,
One camera shoot.
one lamp. Was there a sound man
Once he was the sound man. He was the one that was controlling the radio.
playing the music?
Yeah,
No, playing the
Play the
music.
soundtrack.
Can you play a little bit of that, like verbally give me a little bit of that music?
All it was you know, like when
Mortal Kombat.
it was just the Mortal Kombat. It was all just there was no fucking words. Yes, it was-
Finish it. Fight.
I was always
Did
I was told them-
you ever see her again?
no, but what happened was so they ended up being like boyfriend and girlfriend for like fucking like 3 months.
No.
It was fucking I was like, what are you doing?
Clap and all.
They're probably married to the day.
No, so they ended up fucking starting to spend time together, and I would see her walking up like so. There was so many rules. There was no women allowed in the barracks.
Yeah.
There was no bear allowed in the room. And they used to get fucked up, and they would have this fucking girl come over all the time, and she was fucking loud. Like, and my room was right next to this, so I could hear it all night long. I'd be hearing it, and he would, and the guy that was just talking to us would come in my room. He'd be like, "That fucking room smells. I'm coming in here for the night." And he'd be like, "Go find another bed." So he would take my bed and kick me out of my own room.
Throw you out.
Throw me out of my own.
Did your buddy and his new girlfriend ever watch the movie together?
All I know. So I don't know about that. All I know is this. So I got in trouble for making the movie, which I was just following basically, like I said, you were a boot. You were supposed to do what you were told to do. And I just got in trouble for that. And it fucking made me laugh.
So this is kind of you getting called in a staff's office, kind of like your own Nuremberg trial. You're
Pretty
just
much.
following order. Look at RA just poke his head up right there. he got so excited at that.
The
But
thing
don't you
is-
see the
orders, sir.
correlation? I mean, who is he in history right here, RA? He was just following orders.
Stalin was a Nazi.
Well, the thing-
Following orders.
He carried out the operation. You
The
know,
thing is,
Albert Speer just
Yeah,
following orders.
good one. There you go.
so the only good thing that came out of it is because when the staff sergeant called me into the office and I told the truth about what happened, I didn't lie. I didn't throw anyone under the bus, but I didn't lie. They put me up for a meritorious, so I got meritoriously promoted like 2 months later. Because
For making
of,
a porn in the Marine
For
Corps.
making a
Very
porno?
nice.
No, they put
Did you
me
get
up,
Did you get a badge too? Did you get a?
No,
Just a little cum
It's
shot.
amazing. It's amazing that they saw you through a mirror that was full of fucking breath and cum.
so
I don't know how they could make you up.
I didn't get meritoriously promoted for that. They put me up for this board, and it's like you go up before this board
Yeah.
with 6 or 7 other Marines, and you answer questions. And I actually won because I told the truth. They put me up for that board because they considered me like, I guess you would say, like a stand-up fucking Marine or whatever. But
So
It
what
was
about your
fucking-
buddy that was walking in with you that you were studying? Whatever
Yes,
happened
the
to him?
lighting guy.
all right, so
Yeah.
the lighting guy. So
And by
Fred,
the way, did he end up hitting anybody's ass with that light? That'll burn.
no,
Yeah.
So Fred
taint.
is a fucking pilot right now. He's a fucking legitimate like fucking American Airlines pilot, and I talk to him every now and then. I'm like,
All right.
He's,
We got some work.
Yeah.
I will.
Fred the
Fucking,
pilot.
I will just send you his fucking stuff. I will just send you his stuff. But yeah, so that's my fucking favorite story
Gotta
of
find it.
all time.
Good
I thought
video.
it was a good story.
Was it one of those cameras that take the VHS and it was like fucking?
Yes.
It
Yeah,
was
it had to have
97,
been.
yeah, right.
96, 97. Yeah.
So you had-
fatigue, arm fatigue.
Like
You
you
think
had
it
the
was-
zoom on the handle, right? Or is it one of the
Yeah.
handles like this?
Top, yeah, right on top,
So
yeah.
you got to picture what a Marine can afford in 1997, making $300 every 2 weeks would be able to afford. That was the type of camera that we fucking had. So we didn't make any money back then.
Do you think it was really destroyed?
No, I think he has it because it was so fucking funny. Like it was just fucking.
There's
It
no
was
way. You know what?
there's
We
no-
destroyed
Who has it?
it.
The guy we just talked to?
no. He doesn't have it. The guy that was actually doing the fucking has it.
Festa.
He hit Festa.
Uncle
had it.
Fester,
There's,
yeah.
there's no doubt about it. But that was listen. That's my fucking story. Before we move on, listen. It's been a slow,
How do we move on from this?
It's been a fucking slow week. So I figured I'd have to tell this story because it's my favorite story of all time. But there is something. So there hasn't been any word on fucking Kirk whatsoever, right? There hasn't been anything.
There was just a slight mention of him on the podcast that Steve and Mike posted at 8.
Steve was more optimistic, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Said he's talked to him, and God, I'm sitting outside and getting killed right now. Feel like I'm in that room next to where you were living in the barracks.
It's not a virus treating you.
So when did that come out today? Was that today
8 o'clock?
Just
came out at 8.
Oh, all right. So I didn't even see that whatsoever. So that's actually good news. There is. So now I guess we got to kind of talk about what's going on with the infighting and stuff like that. No, I mean just real quick, if we can bring that up.
I kind of want to hear more about your filming prowess. That was pretty impressive. Impressive.
I've never started one, and that was
Providence.
You sure about that?
I'm positive. I've never fucking started a porn.
Listen, I'm going to give you credit. A lot of guys would have froze in that situation. I know you're talking about you're the new guy on the floor on the deck, and you got to do what you got to eat everybody else's shit no matter what. They would have froze and not known what to do. And look at you, stepped up. Not only that, it became a famous tape.
Hey, wait a second.
Right? Didn't this go global?
Don't we have him?
It did go global. He said Okinawa.
Yeah.
Wow, it went global.
Hit the Japanese market.
I don't want
Bukkake before Bukkake.
Great.
Bukkake before Bukkake.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But don't we have a little Minifan event coming up in just a few days? Saturday?
Go ahead and talk about it because I know
we need to talk about this. Yeah.
So I guess we're all meeting in Old Orchard Beach, Maine, Saturday. Around the evening, so 4, 5, 6 o'clock, we're all going to get together down at Brunswick.
Anytime in that 3-hour window. I will not be there, unfortunately, buddy.
All right,
I'll be there. I'll be there with possibly Robert Pattinson, but we'll see.
Yes.
Is he going to be wearing his trashy sneakers?
Better be wearing those sneakers. That's all I can say. If he comes, he's wearing the sneakers.
They still have some. I saw him the other day.
So, I'm not surprised they still have some.
Again, the Brunswick's right on the strip. You're gonna have to pay for parking. It's pretty easy to get to. The weather's gonna be mint. It's not gonna be too hot, but it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be outside seating. Inside, if you're inside, you're gonna have to wear a mask, like anything. But if you're drinking and sitting at a table, you don't have to wear one. So.
And what is being celebrated here?
Nothing.
Survival.
Yes.
So it's a Minifan meetup.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah,
you know how you lugged yourself up to Maine 2 weeks ago? You get to do it again.
Yes.
Do I have to?
So we're celebrating.
Do I have to shit in a sock again?
Hopefully not. There's a beach right there. Just walk into the water and dump. Have any of you guys ever shit in the water?
No.
Not going to answer that.
That means
absolutely. Salt and fresh.
Maybe when I was younger, but not that I can remember.
Like purposely. Oh, geez, hang on, guys. I gotta take a dump. I'm gonna go.
No, I've not had that conversation.
A lake, a pool, and the ocean. Absolutely.
A pool. Whose pool?
I can't say who.
Why?
That's awful.
A lake in the ocean water, but someone's pool.
Imagine you're like
that's low.
You're like, oh, here comes.
That's just low.
You're like that's fucking throat.
All right, so I'm gonna get
clog in the filter.
By the way, it wasn't trying to get like revenge on anybody. I was dared by the guy who owned the house.
Oh well, okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. Then.
All right, so
that sounds like a him problem at that point.
The water lets everything loose.
So today we've discussed the fact
so
that
disgusted.
I am a
porn producer,
trendsetter back in the late '90s with barracks porn.
Peter North from Providence.
Peter North.
TJ is gonna get a hard hat and a fucking mining light and become a mine and hunt for gems that he doesn't know the name of. And Tim calls foreign radio stations when no one is watching.
And shits in people's pools.
And shits in pools.
In the ocean and a lake.
That was the biggest takeaway.
So wait, Steve, you going up to Maine?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a ride.
You going this weekend?
Yeah, you're going up.
If I just heard about it the other day, I was one of the only people that
we
didn't hear
finalized
about it.
last Saturday, so it's not like we had months and months. We thought about it last February, but the Saco thing came up, and we thought maybe that'd be it. But I was talking to Ned Stark. He's like, "Yeah, we'd still. I'm coming up anyway, so why don't we just get together?" And I thought, me and Ned are going to get together. We might as well invite everybody and have a great old time. So
there's a restaurant that everyone's meeting at. A restaurant, is that right?
New Brunswick's a bar.
New Brunswick. That's the name of it. New Brunswick.
The Brunswick.
The
Brunswick
in Old Orchard Beach.
Orchard Beach.
Anytime between 4, 5, and 6.
Anytime between noon and 9.
Well, it's just going to be an evening. It's an evening event. I mean, you might want to meet at, say, somebody named Rich Mandarin at Ken's place prior to, or the Subway up on Route 1.
Okay, so you're as good as planning events as I'm getting hotel rooms. And
I'm as good as planning events. You are taping porn.
All right.
We hear it was pretty good.
Apparently, production quality was
same. TJ, yeah,
A1.
All right, so is the History Buff show coming out tonight?
We're filming at Ned. Speaking of Ned Snark, he's on his way up to Maine tomorrow, so we may be taping at like 10.
Okay.
We may go live at 10 o'clock or
Okay.
drop it Friday, but it's happening either way.
Are we? Can you leak what we're talking about, or no?
Thrilling discussion that I'm very happy about.
All right, so this is.
Yeah, it's about industrialists. Like, was Rockefeller and Carnegie good? Were they good people? And like with oil, and then I'm probably going to go on.
Can you give me a year for the Industrial Revolution?
Which one?
The first one. From America.
First one, like in Britain, was like 1830s.
American.
U.S. one was like 1840s, I think.
Yeah.
And then like the second one in like the 1870s and 80s, and like steam powered.
So the biggest
when it took off.
Not to. But when
Jesus Christ, Steve, it's a vortex on a vortex on a vortex on a vortex.
Fucking sentence
We're getting killed. We're getting killed.
When I'm inspecting a house, the biggest reason I can tell the dating of it is to look up in the rafters and see if it was milled or not.
Yeah,
determining a date. So it's actually pretty cool. Than the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
awesome.
important.
Yeah, moving on.
With that being said,
I love that show, by the way.
Just as a reminder, so this week I think I am going to be doing Menners Live again, and
oh boy,
please.
So we're going to try and do a better job this time. And
no, don't.
So next Wednesday, I will be going next Wednesday, and Kevin from Bristol will be hosting with you guys. And other than that, if you guys are all set.
No, I got one thing. By the way, I believe it's the Dummy Llama, as he called himself. Kevin?
Oh, yeah.
Not the Dalai Lama, the Dummy Llama. Yes, it was a fantastic video today. Yeah. So just some clarification, because apparently Mike had some questions about the wiffle ball tournament that we're putting together.
Yep.
It's a family event. This is absolutely a family event. So kids are welcome. I already got a couple DMs from people. I'll send out an email that people can send their confirmations to. Honestly, Steve, you and I had talked about this. Chances of this happening are close to nil, just because of the restrictions between Mass and Rhode Island and what's going on.
In the last week. So since you and I, it was great because it helped get us 10 minutes to a show last week. But throughout the last 7 days, they've taken like a step back 1 month or 2 months. So
no, it's too bad.
As much as it helped last week,
listen,
it's probably not going to help going forward.
Listen, if you want to change it, Maine yesterday had this many cases of COVID.
I think we're going to be Mained out after this weekend.
Yeah.
I
can drive that far.
I know you have property that we could accommodate, but this will be more for a guy. There's a lot of Southern New England fans.
Yeah.
And Mike's question was, will there be kids? Yes, it is a family event, and especially once we release where it'll be, people realize this isn't definitely not a place you're going to want to tear it up. It's really just to get together with the kids, and like Steve and I are going to have our kids play on the team with us, and
now you can have a team with no kids if you don't want.
Absolutely.
If you just want numbers. So
absolutely, Well, there's a guy from Western Mass coming with his daughter who plays softball, which is great. Put together a team, put your name in the hat. We'll put teams together, but more to come on that. But just to reiterate what Mike was asking about, yes, we can have kids throw a pitch to him and he can pitch to the kids. In fact, I would encourage the kids to be just throwing at Mike and not to him.
So with that, we will talk to you next week. Have a good week.
All right. See you guys later.